And today I'm trying something different. Intriguing.
How do you do? How do you do?
Morning team. Next week, 9-day week commences and the weather continues to be pretty cold. So I think we're going to have an indoor focus for the next 9 days or more. The temperature is due to increase slightly above freezing as the week progresses, which should enable another track session on Wednesday. So I'll be interested to see how that feels. The last one I struggled with the cold, and the session didn't feel quite so perky, but I've got a strength session this weekend. It's Saturday today, and I should hopefully recover enough to have a decent session on Wednesday. But I want to get a good indoor focus over the next 2 or 3 days with a treadmill session and a next Zwift session on the build me up cycle. And I think that's an endurance session which I'll probably do tomorrow, which looks quite tasty in terms of the effort levels and the power levels to achieve. So we'll see how that goes, an indoor focus. And I quite like the Zwift training, so that'll be no hardship for me to do. And the treadmill I've learned to enjoy as well, as long as I mix it up with some smaller chunks within that, and it'll be good. So that's what this is all about, and I'll document those training, and it'll be getting on towards mid-December before we know it. Really looking forward to taking it to the next level in January, which isn't that far away. So upping the intensity again should be really interesting in January and February as we gradually ramp it up, ready for the goals in March. And starting to really look forward to March and what we can achieve. I just hope the weather is better than it is now. I don't function well in the cold. The warmer it is, the better for me. Why on earth am I focusing on a March target? But let's see how we go with that. That's a few months away yet. Let's hope it all comes together. Here we go. Right, treadmill done. That was a really good session. Just over 30 minutes, 6.7k, doing the yo-yo with the incline gradually increasing and the pace gradually increasing. Increase the pace on the flat and take that increase of pace into the incline, and then come back down, increase the pace on the flat, so on, you get it, and then yo-yo back down again in a pyramid fashion. Yeah, really good session. Now into the gym, do some conditioning, plyometrics to finish off with, and a really good session in the bag. Hopefully I can recover enough to do a decent session tomorrow and be fresh enough for the track on Wednesday, and hopefully not as cold enough. Right, let's go. Right, quick transition at the gym. Let's go. There we are, gym session done. Whew, it's quite a decent session that, actually, doing the treadmill first, kind of pre-exhaust scenario. I did some squats just to get in the groove, and then plyometrics, single leg. I didn't film anything. Yeah, much the same as the last time really, but the aim of the game is to keep consistent, and that's certainly been the case for the last 3 months. And I think I'll reap the benefits of that massively. I'll keep it going for the next couple of months to this level, and then I'll really scale this strength and plyometrics back and really focusing on the intense run bike sessions to get the most quality out of those, ready to be in top form in March. Right, okay, let's get back, recovered, get some nutrition, ready to rock. Chill, see you later. Morning. Not so sure I like this weather, but we're fortunate to have a nice plain cave where we can get into all that is Zwift. And today I'm trying something different. Intriguing. Right, we're connected. As I said, I'm going to try something slightly different, and that is, I'm always focusing and lecturing on about key sessions and taking recovery between the key sessions adequately to make sure they're really productive, and we're not just sort of in that middle road junk training space. But I think sometimes you've got to also try and push the adaptation. So what I'm going to do is 2 key sessions in a row. So key sessions yesterday and then key sessions today, depending on how the legs feel on this warm-up. So yesterday's key session was the treadmill hill yo-yo transition session, as I call it, followed by plyometrics, which obviously leaves the legs slightly fatigued and sore, and they are fatigued and sore this morning, but not massively. You just never know how they're going to feel the next day, especially on the bike that's very specific in terms of the muscle pathways and the movements and dynamics of cycling compared to running. Sometimes you just feel okay, even though going up the stairs is difficult. So I thought I'd do the next Zwift Build Me Up plan session, which is called Mishmash, which is basically all about mixing it up. Some descending sets, some ascending sets in terms of power. Nothing too bad, in that sweet spot zone again, tempo type pace. But I'm just having a quick spin with the pace button and see what the legs feel like, because if they were really bad, I wouldn't want to force it. Key sessions in consecutive days is good, but you kind of get that if you're feeling too fatigued, then it's not good. It's kind of a judgment call, I think, and I've learned over the years, if I get on the bike in the first 10 minutes and the legs feel okay, I'm good to go. If I feel a bit, oh my word, I can't turn the pedals, my power is really bad, feeling yak, then don't push it, ease back. So I've been going now 3 minutes odd, well, nearly 4 minutes, and the legs feel okay. So let's have a go at Mishmash. Right, so we're off. Mishmash Zwift session in the build me up plan engaged. I've even got my shorts on, taking my leggings off because I think it's going to get a bit warm. Just on the warm up. So what's the set about? Well, basically warm up 10 minutes and then looks like 3-minute sets at sort of tempo, with then followed by a 1-minute burst of 240 watts above FTP. So there's 3 lots of those, prime the legs I think. Then the main set seems to be like some increases at 4-minute efforts, 4 minute at 205 watts, 4 minute, oh it's decreases, 4 minutes 185. So all gets a bit complicated, doesn't it? So I'll try and make it, I'll just get some shots of the actual sets on the screen. So warm up now, I'll check back in, tell you how it's going. So 2 key sessions in a row. So I'm hitting this one slightly fatigued. And that's what I've got to remember. Don't get too worried if it ends up being too much and I reduce the FTP bias on the erg mode. Okay, enough of that, let's get going. Right, so let's break this session up into chunks, make it clearer. So the first third of the session is basically 4-minute efforts with 1-minute recovery. Each 4-minute broken into 3-minute sort of tempo, sweet spot, and then 1 minute above FTP. Okay, so we've got 4 sets of those. Just on the first one, and the second one's about to start. Ooh. Yeah, it's got me warm. Right, back on it. Check in for the second third, see how that goes. First third done, which was the 4-minute efforts. There's 3-minute kind of high-end tempo with 1-minute burst above FTP. And as you can see, yeah, it's got me breathing. So now it's a 2-minute, well, I'll call it recovery, but it's only at 2.6 watts per kilo. So there's no real pure recovery in this whole session. I mean, it says 75 minutes of pure work. So next third of the session is basically descending sets, 4 minutes chunks. So 4-minute 205 watts, 4 minutes 185, 4-minute 160, and then repeat. Now it doesn't sound high wattage, it doesn't to me, but this will bite, especially with fatigue in the legs from yesterday. And interestingly, starting off with 4 minutes 205 watts, that's what I was doing for the 10-minute sweet spot session when I was fresher the other day, and I felt okay. I think it's going to feel different today. Right, only 20 odd seconds after this recovery. Man, that's gone quick. I'll report back. Hopefully I'll just kick in and start feeling better. Nice. All right, coming to the end of the 2 lots of descending sets blocks. Just coming up to 160 watt 4-minute so-called recovery. I'm hanging in. I think these descending wattage sets are great for conditioning the legs to process lactic, because you build lactic in that first 4 minutes and then you take the power down by 20 watts, and although you don't feel recovered, by the end of the 4 minutes you can feel the recovery kicking in, teaching your body to process the lactic. And then again, next level down at these 160 watts recovery, it's still uncomfortable. Been going nearly a minute now, it's still uncomfortable. So 38 minutes to go the whole set, and we're on the final third coming now of the sets. I'll cover those. It looks like no great wattage to push,
but playing around with cadence. Let's see what happens. Come on, we can do it.
Right team, we're 24 minutes left and yeah, I'm getting it done. Sorry, head's mashed. I think there's real value in this session as well. Every effort that isn't supposed to be recovery I've done in the aero TT position, and that's going to pay dividends as well when we come to the main event for 40k. Tucked in that position, gaining speed on a traffic-free racetrack. So that's good. About 30 seconds left. We've got the final 20 odd minutes of efforts and it'll be job done. Really good. Right, I'll compose myself.
Right, session done. Glad to get it done too. Yes, so key sessions suitably stacked. I think as older folks, it's just great to do that back-to-back key sessions reasonably hard, but you are running a tight line of risk with overtraining, over fatigue. So important now for me, finish this cool down and get some good nutrition, good rest, get some mobility in over the next couple of days, stretch it off. Nothing hard for 2 days now for me. And I think this is really good to do this back-to-back type key sessions, but not all the time. Let's pick the moments when to do these and push a little bit more, but I wouldn't do these if it was more intense than it is at the moment, sort of approaching threshold, sweet spot type efforts. But after the gym work yesterday and the run, a really good combination for the weekend, and I'm happy with that. Right, I'll get this cool down done before I get too cool. It's very white outside and snowy and people pushing cars up a hill. That's why it's great to be inside on your bike. Okay, remember, keep running, keep biking, keep running, and I'll see you next time.